on December 10th, the work session on December 10th, and the executive session on December 10th. Any questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none. Baker, don't you have something on some sidewalks?
I do, but I don't see the gentleman who'd be interested in that in here. Where's he at? I know. On down Lake Harbin, we have we might want to add that into the work session.
Yeah, just go ahead.
Okay. I have two exhibits that are being passed out to you, two bids basically. We need to finish the sidewalks down Lake Harbin Road, which are not part of the reconstruction that was done, so we have about, it's about, I think the total of 360 linear feet of sidewalk and then about 2,000 square feet that need to be finished. So these two bids will show you, one is more detailed than the other, obviously, but they are coming in at around, the first one for just a very basic bid of $24,850. The other one is a more complete and detailed bid, as you can see on there, for $36,584.05, and that's the second one that's more detailed is from the gentleman who's doing our current Reynolds Road construction project. So we have experience with him. We also have experience with Smith Painting and Construction, who did the rail system out at the district. So both of these are solid individuals, but we need to finish up that last stretch of sidewalks down through there. It would be, I was kidding about Wayne, oh, there he is. It's kind of out by his, he showed up, so you call his name, he's like the devil, he pops right in. But that's right down there by his subdivision, so that on that side of his subdivision on down, it would include the landscaping, the forming, the pouring of concrete, et cetera, to get that done. We don't have any drainage issues or anything like that, because that's already been taken care of by our last night.
Questions, Ms. Knight?
No questions, sidewalks are exciting.
Mr. Quah?
So everything ready for it, we already work with the property owners in that area and everything?
It's actually on the easement part of it, so they would come in and they would do it, and they would communicate with them and lay up the forms and everything else. Brandon was here, he was gonna present for us, but he's not feeling well tonight, so they have initial, that was part of the initial plan, that they would have to go back by and talk to them, but that is part of our easement, so it's part of where we would put that in there.
So, do you have a recommended contractor yet?
Well, we have the two choices here, and like I said, we've worked with both of these. One is obviously cheaper than the other, but I think that the more detailed one with Josh is showing where he's gone out and has a formula for that, and having a conversation with both of them, I feel a little more comfortable with the final price on that, but I would feel comfortable with either one of you all. Either one of you all might select on that.
Is the one of them, the one that previously working on that?
Yeah, he's done Reynolds Road for us, so he's done the concrete work out there and some other
I'm not
things.
talking about the guy that.
Oh, no, sir. No.
I'll make sure we don't. They almost double the.
No, I didn't ask him.
I don't want to go through the same problem again. That's why I'm going after. I remember that. I don't want to deal with the same people.
Yeah, he can stay right on down there in Hampton.
Yeah.
No, sir, we didn't
Please,
ask him to get a
please. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Ms. D?
It starts at Peacock.
Yes, ma'am, right in that area. So where you see the gaps and it goes all the way up. So on the side where we're doing the development on Meadowbrook, if you skip on down Lake Harbin Road, just prior to Mr. Collins' subdivision there, all that stretch up there. So it covers, we would be completed sidewalks on both sides of Lake Harbin all the way down
To the
to
city
the
limit.
Highway 54 interchange.
Okay, so it's gonna continue on to the city limit right there at Peacock.
Yes, ma'am, it would fill in all the gaps along through there. So that's what we asked him to bid on.
So Mr. Collins going to pay for it, so we don't have to worry.
He said he's
about
gonna pay for
Yeah.
it.
He told me that too.
Write us a check.
As a matter of fact, he says
So-
he's bringing it, that's why he was late.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Ms. Nguyen?
No question.
I will add it to the agenda once we get to the regular session. And I believe that's all presentations, right?
That's it. That's it.
We do have a discussion, just to use the time wisely, so we will have a regular session until 7:30. But we've got some legal business to have a discussion about. So if we'll go into executive session, do I hear, and then we'll come back out. I can't imagine it's taking too long. But do I hear a motion to go into executive session?
So,
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Ms. Knight?
Aye.
Mr. Quah?
aye.
Ms. Dean?
Aye.
And Ms. Nguyen?
Aye.
All right, so we'll do that. And there's some coffee around here somewhere. Victor knows where it is. And Victor's sister had a baby, so you can give him a hard time. Yeah, he's.
Uncle Vic.
Uncle Vic.
Hey, do you have those spots?
Be careful.
Okay.
If you got $200 for the table, why don't you lend me about 200 more
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
to get a present for my nephew?
All right, no problem.
Okay.
Hello, Benita.
Right after this, you can.
Yes. How are you showing off? I would too, that was awesome.
I know.
So Wayne, did you build a snowman in your front yard?
No, sir.
No?
Yes, he did.
Snow didn't last.
It's still out there, Wayne. You still got snow in your street or in the yards?
In the areas that they don't have direct sun, I've still got a little bit. We had 3 snowmen. One was small, and real small, and that one's gone. And then the other 2, probably tomorrow, next day, you know, they'll be, you know. But I saved a snowball in my freezer.
Uh-huh.
So that I can claim I got the last bit of snow. So the first snowball we got, we put it in the freezer.
I know where you can get some more. You know Melvin always does a big garden.
Uh-huh.
A lot of that still has snow in it because it was bare land.
Gloves, yeah.
We can just play with it.
And that's the plan.
Got it.
Because I'm on your break.
Hello, Mr. Baker.
I'm ready, sir, sorry. Jerry Chris sent me to the back of the room, so.
He's trying to get the check from Mr. Collin paying for
Yeah,
the
yeah.
sidewalk.
Trying to get that money out of it, but you ain't coming off of it.
He didn't give it up. Mr. Collins, we need the check, sir.
All right, we'll call the January 14, 2025, regular meeting of the Morris City Council to order. If you'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. We'd like to add 2 items to the agenda. One is going to be,
Before you add it, you have to close
right,
it.
okay, we'll do that one too. Do I have a motion to close the executive session?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion, all those in favor say aye. Ms. Knight?
Aye.
Mr. Quah?
Aye.
Ms. Dean?
Aye.
And Ms. Williams?
Aye.
And you've got the time period that we in that
Got it.
section, so that's all. I'd like to add 2 items to the agenda. One is related to sidewalks, the bids that we have. And that would be just what I'm gonna call right after the approval of the minutes. And then the other one would be an executive session based on the decision we made there for a vote on that decision under executive session. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Ms. Knight?
Aye.
Mr. Quah?
Aye.
Ms. Dean?
Aye.
And Ms. Wayne?
Aye.
Okay, so we got 2 things. All right. So approval and adoption of the December 10th, 2024 regular meeting minutes, work session minutes, and executive session minutes. You've all had those before you. Any motion or any questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion probably seconded. All those in favor say aye. Ms. Knight?
Aye.
Mr. Quah?
Aye.
Ms. Dean?
Aye.
And Ms. Wayne?
Aye.
Item 1 related to sidewalks. There was 2 bids. Mr. Becker, you want to go over that again?
Yes, sir. We have 2 bids on here. One is more comprehensive than the other. The highest bid being $36,648 $1,000.65. The other one being $24,850. I would ask that the council, I don't have a letter of recommendation for you at this time. If we could approve expenditures up to the $36,648.65, I will have a letter of recommendation upon further review of those two bids so that we can determine which one, everything's still the same on them, if that works.
In the work session, didn't you say you pick either one?
Well, you haven't picked either one, but I haven't picked one yet, so I'd like to have the opportunity to review a little further, make sure the prices are spot on still, and then I will give you a letter of recommendation if I can have the expenditure of the $36,648.65, and see how much Mr. Collins is.
Fair enough. We know the worst case scenario. Do I, questions, Ms. Knight?
No.
Mr. Clark?
No question.
Ms. Stevens?
No question.
Ms. Wynn?
No question.
Do I hear a motion to approve the city manager's request?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Ms. Knight?
Aye.
Mr. Qua?
Aye.
Ms. Dean?
Aye.
And Ms. Wynn?
Aye.
Okay. We went into executive session to discuss a personnel matter, and I would like a motion to approve not to hear the appeal of Mr. Moss. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second?
All those in favor say aye. Ms. Knight?
Aye.
Mr. Qua?
Aye.
Ms. Dean?
Aye.
And Ms. Wynn?
Aye.
General comments from the audience. Don't all be quiet all at one time. We've been gone so long.
Well, I just want to thank the police department, the fire department, Public Works, because we had this snow, Mageddon, whatever they were calling it, and we kept our electricity. This is wonderful. So we're in the best city, so thank you.
Talk about that. Yeah, but anyway,
Oh, did you lose it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
I'll
sorry.
tell the story in a minute.
He doesn't.
You're about to steal my thunder.
Well, he lost it, but he tells the story about how it was redeemed immediately.
Good evening.
Hi, Mr. Knight. Hi, Mr. Mayor. Hi, Mr. Vaughn. Hi, Mr. Dean. Hi, Ms. Wayne. Hi, Mr. Baker.
How are you, sir?
Hi, Mr. Baker. Alright. Good evening, everyone. It's an honor to stand in front of this great body once more. My name is Oscar Delamo, and I attend the Lee Scholars Academy as a senior, and I'm on the alumni committee for Walking Authority Teen Council. And I'm just here to share something that's been on my mind recently in these current events. So some of you may know me for my interest in urban design, zoning, and transportation. And while I would love nothing more than to discuss the hostility towards pedestrians and Jonesboro Road, especially, and public transit users, for example, some bus stops don't even have sidewalks leading up to them.
No, what?
I'm actually here to speak on something that has been on my mind in more recent months regarding our law enforcement resources. So as you all know, in a week's time, the United States of America will inaugurate Donald Trump once more as president. This time, President Trump has made campaign promises for mass deportation, specifically to deport every undocumented person living in the United States eventually at some point. And I'm here to urge the city of Morrow to oppose any collaboration with the federal government's mass deportation initiative under the incoming administration.
Now, you know that's against federal law, right?
So to begin, the motives behind the mass deportation can best be summed up by a quote during President Trump's debate with Kamala Harris, in which he said, "They're beating the cats, they're beating the dogs, they're beating the pets of the people that live there." This is our future president claiming with no evidence that Haitian immigrants under protected status in Springfield, Illinois were eating residents' pets. No evidence is a theme of his when it comes to immigration, as he also claimed that we were living under a wave of migrant crime. According to the FBI's National Institute of Justice, analyzing data from the state of Texas, which is the only state that reports the documentation status of criminals, undocumented immigrants are far less likely than U.S.-born citizens to commit crimes, including violent crimes. This also includes drug offenses, in which undocumented immigrants are less than half as likely to be arrested than native-born U.S. citizens. Furthermore, according to the FBI, The FBI's crime statistics evidence estimates that based on reported data for 2023, it shows that violent crime has actually decreased an estimated 3% in 2023 compared to 2022 nationwide. Murder and non-negligent manslaughter is down 11.6% compared to the previous year. Revised rape category saw a 9.4% decrease. Aggravated assault figures decreased an estimated 2.8%, and robbery showed an estimated decrease of 0.3% nationally. I do not know if these figures pertain to the city of Morrow specifically. These are just nationwide estimates from the FBI. However, these numbers do not fit the narrative of the former president is pushing in order to justify his mass deportation plan, so he and his allies have resorted to horrific anecdotes. But policy cannot and should not be done based on anecdotes and fear. It should be done based on facts and statistics. It would not be fair to the undocumented residents of the city of Morrow for them to be living under an administration that works on anecdotes and not facts and statistics. According to the AJC, Atlanta Journal-Constitution, an estimated 186,000 undocumented immigrants live in the Metro Atlanta region, and a good share of them reside in Morrow. We also know that in 2022, undocumented immigrants paid almost $100 billion in taxes to this country, 39% of which goes to state and local governments, according to the Institute on Taxation and Economic Policy. While the specific data for the city of Morrow was hard to find, I can deduce that a considerable part of the city of Morrow budget comes from its undocumented residents, who are also consumers that stimulate local businesses. Furthermore, 4 million United States citizens are children whose parents are undocumented. Without a doubt, Trump's mass deportation policy will separate families in the city of Morrow. When asked about this in an interview with Meet the Press, President Trump even suggested deporting citizen children with their parents. The city of Morrow should not aid or abet these crimes on the chance that they occur. Even if the federal government does not break the law and deport these children, it will still be a huge burden on our child protective services and foster care system, which is already suffering from a lack of resources according to various research centers and youth advocacy groups. Our local resources should not go towards any inhumane family separations. In addition, certain laws and policies are being passed across the country, such as a law in Texas that allows officers to arrest people suspected of being undocumented. These laws open the door to racial profiling in a two-tier justice system. The Laken Riley Act, which has just passed the House of Representatives, will allow for undocumented individuals to be deported for simply being accused of a crime without being convicted. Tom Homan, who is Trump's handpicked border czar, wants to create a federal hotline in which neighbors can report on neighbors who they suspect are undocumented. Policies that encourage neighbors to report each other or allow arrests based on suspicion alone mirror practices from authoritarian regimes such as Castro's Cuba. Such actions have no place in a compassionate and democratic society. The city of Morrow should be mindful of these laws and policies and strive to create an environment that will not tolerate any form of profiling by its police or residents. The city of Morrow is a city that operates on facts and not fear. It is a city that is tolerant and compassionate. We don't blame entire groups of people for our problems, we don't inhumanely separate hardworking families, and we don't racially profile our neighbors. We should not aid or abet the federal government in any way in terms of their mass deportation program. In fact, I would argue, based on the evidence presented today, that we should actually push back and be as uncooperative. We are still a federalist democracy, and we should exercise our powers to the fullest extent in that regard. I ask all of you to take this information seriously and to consider the facts presented today. So once more, I urge the City Council to adopt in conclusion, I would urge the City Council to adopt a formal resolution refusing to use city resources to enforce federal immigration laws. This includes prohibiting police involvement in immigration raids and ensuring that no city data is shared for deportation purposes. Thank you for your valuable time, and I hope you all have a great rest of your evening.
We normally don't respond back to comments, but you're a young man, you're a bright guy. Federal law supersedes state law, it supersedes municipal law. You're asking us to violate the law. Our job is to uphold the law. So would we engage in a conduct that would violate the law? That can't do it? It just doesn't happen that way.
I understand.
We appreciate your opinion.
Thank you.
All right, other comments? Any? Comments from the council? Ms. Knight?
Happy New Year, everybody. We're looking forward to 2025. Lots of great things going on. Got events around the corner, all that good stuff. And as always, we appreciate Public Works, police, fire, City Hall staff. You know, we're just such a great municipal organization because of the people that work for this city and the heart that you all have and the care and consideration. Thank you for the comments. Oscar, continue to be bold, continue to do your due diligence as a citizen of our community at large. Continue to be bold, continue to ask questions, and continue to press for the greater good of the community. Continue to do that.
Mr. Qual?
Happy New Year. And the Lunar New Year event coming soon, so looking forward to that.
Ms. D?
Thank you, Oscar. Continue to stand up for what you believe is right. There's a place somewhere for you to stand. Happy New Year to everybody. I haven't seen you since last year, and you all look the same, young and vibrant like you did last year. Nobody has aged.
I'm a little more handsome.
No, I'm
A little more handsome and
yes,
delusional.
yes. Just want a couple of things. City of Forest Park is sponsoring the MLK Parade Monday coming up for a Star Park, 10 a.m. Hope to see you all come out and participate in that event. Commander back there will be leading the parade. That's Mr. Collins back there. He's going to be the, what do you call that person that's high stepper?
Is it for real?
And just thank you all for everything that you do to our first responders. I know we had, conditions out there, and you all were there and looking out for the city, and we appreciate that. To our Public Works people, you're there on the ground. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Ms. Lana.
Ms. Wynn?
Happy New Year, everyone, and thank you for coming to the City Council, and I hope everyone engaged more. Good job on your speech, Oscar, well spoken. Ms. Lena, I just want to say thank you so much for helping out on the Lunar New Year with the decoration. We really appreciate you for that. Anyone that available can able volunteer. The volunteer opening spot from here to next week is the Lunar New Year. Right. Yes, so we have decoration and many stuff that if you want to give back to the community is available every day. The team will welcome you. Just reach out to our city manager or Victor for more information. Other than that, thank you so much.
Uncle Victor.
Uncle Victor. A couple things. I also think the senator is got a MLK breakfast on Saturday, and I believe it's at 8 o'clock in the morning at the Morrow Center. On Sunday, the first section of Golden Voice is going to be held at preliminary rounds. I think they got 45 contestants in that, and it will be held at T365, and I want to say it starts at 7 or 8 o'clock p.m. And they'll go through the first group and try to get some semifinals, and then ultimately the following week we've got 25th and 26th. From what we've seen so far, it's a good cultural event. You really got to go. They do an awesome job. I always knew Ms. Tweed was talented, but I didn't know that she operated in the circles that she does. So every now and then they make a mistake of showing you how capable they are, and you get to say, "Wow, that's Brad Pitt. That's somebody that I know," something like that. So she's very good and very capable. So we're looking forward to that. And then as far as the snow event, I happened to be fortunate enough to have a neighbor's tree fall 2 doors down from me. And it was probably about an 80-year-old pine tree. And it snapped 2 power poles. And thank goodness nobody was hurt. We had some children, tobogganing down a little hill there, but, nothing that was crazy. And what you have to say is Mr. Baker and Public Works was phenomenal. We had, there was some down power lines, so we had the fire department out there real quick. Police department was out there, chief was out there. The Georgia Power went in there with a hydro something.
Hydro auger.
So they basically
Say
go
that
around the
10
pole,
times.
pick the pole back out, put a new pole back in, put some type of plastic foam in there that holds. And I had power actually back on at the house by 11:30. It was getting a little chilly, but it worked out real well. Our friends over at Comcast came the next morning. So we had, internet service, and then we had, I want to say, somebody else that showed up there. I'm not sure 100% who they are. And I could pick up a discussion with the phone company because theirs is still laying in the road. I drive over it every day, so I guess the landline isn't as important as it used to be.
Yep.
So that's all good, but outstanding job. Georgia Power basically stationed over at on the property we own at South Lake Mall. They were ready to go, had poles and everything there. When that tree hit, it felt like it shook my own house. I mean, it was really crazy. So you got to see me standing out there in my jammies and my little flip flops, going, wow, that's pretty cool, Baker. It was fun, and nobody got hurt. So good job, and happy New Year to everyone, and have a good evening.
Discuss it.